Good morning and welcome back to the Glacier Ice Arena here in Vernon Hills, Illinois for day 3 of Stream Sports Midwest coverage of the NIHL Blackhawks tournament for the Premier Select Division. Hello everyone, this is Eric Willowite along with my partner Aaron Schellen. And Aaron, you did 6 games yesterday. You and I did a pair of games on Friday.
Yep.
This is day 3 for us, and we have a 4-pack of games coming up, starting up with a 10U game between the Jaguars and the Blackbirds to determine who will go to the United Center to face the Huskies on March 9th.
Yeah, and this has been a fun series. Blackbirds the number 1 seed, the Jaguars the number 4 seed. You called the game on Friday night. That was a 5-2 Jaguars victory, and then yesterday it looked like we might see more of the same as the Jaguars got out in front 1-0. They had a 2-1 lead as well, but the top seed Blackbirds fought back in that game too, forced a game 3 today, so it should be a fun one this morning.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think we've learned in this tournament so far, and it's probably true every year, but just because you're the top seed doesn't mean it's chalk, right? You know, we've seen like the Jaguars opened up and won in the other bracket. The Huskies were the 3 seed. They
Yep.
won both games to advance to the championship. So doesn't matter what your seeding was coming in. It's how you perform during playoff night, and we will find out.
And I think more importantly for us, just from a broadcasting perspective, is we've done 10 games over the last 2 days, and I think there have been, of those 10, I think 3 of them were decided by more than 3 or 4 goals. They've all been really, really close, well-fought games, regardless of what those regular season standings looked like.
Right, exactly. All right, well, let's take a look at the bracket. We'll bring that up here. As you can see, as Aaron mentioned, the Jaguars won game 1 by the score of 5-2 over the Blackbirds. That was on Friday night. And yesterday, Aaron called the game in which the Blackbirds came from behind to defeat the Jaguars 5-4. Jaguars, again, jumping out early and getting the lead, but then the Blackbirds continuing on and eventually winning that game to force this third and deciding game to determine who will face the Huskies in the championship game.
Yeah, Camden Miller, the Jaguars goaltender, played really, really well yesterday, and Blackbirds really controlled most of the game, even though the Jaguars were leading most of the way. It was just a couple of, for the Blackbirds, you had Logan Burleson, and then George Durr, number 52, just had an unbelievable game for the Blackbirds yesterday, scored a couple of goals, and kept this team alive.
Yeah, I was expecting Durr to break out Friday. You know, he was very noticeable with the puck, but obviously he was able to do that yesterday. As far as the standings, you know, taking a look back at how these teams got here, you can see that the Blackbirds, again, the top seed, again, we talk about it doesn't really mean anything. It's how you perform in the tournament, but during the regular season, 14-2-2, 30 points, 122 goals scored, 65 against for a plus 57. Conversely, the Jaguars, 17-10-1, 15 points, 70 goals for, 85 against, a minus 15.
Yeah, coming into this postseason with a sub-500 record, and not just hanging with the Blackbirds, but outplaying them in a lot of instances as well. It's been an impressive couple of days for this 4-seed Jaguars team, but they got to finish it today. And as yesterday, Eric, you don't want to lose today and then look back and go, what could we have done differently? And the Jaguars, as I mentioned, they jumped out to a 1-0 lead in yesterday's game. They had a 2-1 lead in yesterday's game as well, and they just couldn't close it down. So, you know, let's see if they can take a lead, and we'll talk more about this during the game, but that first goal, Eric, is going to be so super critical for both teams. The team that falls behind is start to grip that stick just a little bit tighter here as this game goes on.
So, and again, keeping in mind that they're 10 years old, who is the pressure on the most? You have the number 1 seed in the Blackbirds winning yesterday to get to game 3. You had the Jaguars winning game 1, you know, nothing to lose, up in game 2, but then losing game 2 to force the game 3. Who do you think is feeling the most pressure this morning?
I mean, they're kids, so I don't think anybody's feeling pressure. They're just out there having
their
fun.
Parents, maybe.
Right, but from a broadcaster perspective, if I had to pick, I'm going with the top seed Midwest Blackbirds. I mean, they were dominant during the regular season. The Jaguars, as we mentioned, a sub-500 record during the regular season. This is house money here for the Jaguars. They already beat the Blackbirds once. If they can beat them again, a sub-500 team going to the United Center, I mean, I think they're probably playing a little bit more stress-free than the team down to our right.
That very well could be. And Joliet looking to add another banner to the Inwood Recreation
banners
Center.
At Inwood, man. They do banners right at Inwood for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if that roof will continue to hold up, but we'll find out. Hey, the Northern Illinois Hockey League is the largest youth hockey league in Illinois and one of the largest in the country. It's made up of over 50 travel hockey organizations. Almost all the clubs are from Illinois, with a few from Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, Michigan, and Wisconsin. This is the 55th season of play in Northern Illinois Hockey League. The NIHL member organizations field Tier 2 travel teams that compete in the Squirt, Pee Wee, Bantam, and Midget age groups defined by USA Hockey. The league also offers all girls hockey divisions each season. NIHL partners with the Chicago Blackhawks to hold the league's NIHL Blackhawks tournament. The games this weekend are critical in deciding which teams will reach the NIHL Championship games held at the United Center on March 9th. And as we talked about, the Huskies, the 3 seed, are awaiting the winner of today's game to determine that matchup for 10U Premier Select.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You
No,
got to
that's
finish the read.
Of course. For more information about NIHL and its programs, please contact Scott Larson, the NIHL Vice President, or visit the website at nihl.info.
That Huskies team is a fun team to watch, Eric. They look like they're contained, and then all of a sudden the light goes on. In game one, they scored 5 goals in the final 6 minutes of the game after trailing 2-0 to the Northbrook Blackhawks. And then in game 2 yesterday, the Blackhawks were up 3-0 in the second period. The Huskies exploded for 4 goals in 6 minutes, and they won that game 4-3. That is a fun offense to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing either of these clubs taking on Northbrook or taking on the Romeoville Huskies on the 9th.
Yeah, the Huskies came in scoring 112 goals, so they were second, only 10 goals behind the Blackbirds. So if the Blackbirds do make it to the championship at the United Center, that should be a high-octane affair.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
All right, so both teams have completed warm-ups. They're huddling around their nets, gathering up pucks and getting ready for the face-off that's coming here. There is only one goalie for each team. For the Jaguars, it'll be Camden Miller minding the net for Joliet, as he has all season, and the same for the Blackbirds, Hudson Chale.
And I want to give a shout out here real quick. It appears I saw when the Jaguars were coming out that number 86, Sullivan Beal, you see him sitting over there on the bench. He came out in sweatpants, so it doesn't look like Sullivan is going to be playing in today's game. So I just want to make sure I give young Sullivan a shout out here before the game gets underway.
Looks like he's charting stuff over there. They said, we're going to put you to use,
Put you to work here, young man. Love it.
You don't chart pitches, but we'll have you chart something in hockey.
Let's go.
All right, the Blackbirds are set and ready to go in their home whites with their black pants, the very familiar look of the Chicago Blackhawks-esque.
Over/under before you call them the Blackhawks. I'm going to set it at 1.5 periods.
You know, I didn't do it at all Friday night, and so just because you said it, I'm going to probably do it in the first period.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We caught Mike Napolitano, the third member of our broadcasting crew. He caught himself a couple of times. Blackbirds.
Right.
He was able to correct himself.
Jaguars in their road blacks with the gold trim, sharp uniforms for both. They'll be going left to right with Camden Miller to our left, and to our right, Hudson Chale. The Blackbirds going right to left. And we're ready to go here. And we're underway from the Glacier Ice Arena for game 1 of 4 today. We have a 10U, a pair of 12U matchups, and then a 14U matchup to complete our broadcast, at least for Sunday, with a potential for Monday. Here's Vukanidovich coming in, gathers up a loose puck, shovels it on net, and Miller's able to make the save. And wouldn't you know it?
Yeah, right off the bat, we were talking about that before.
Vukanidovich gets the puck first. I wasn't prepared. Kept in. Oh, that one's deflected. A throw in there from Lindemann.
But again, a nice save right out of the chute here by Camden Miller. So he looks like he's on his game yet again. Young number 62 and the black and gold of the Jaguars had himself a pretty good series.
Kapovich throws that one in offside, so we'll have a draw along the near boards just outside the Jaguar zone. And it'll be Bender on the draw for the Blackbirds, going up against Andrews, Cooper Andrews. I liked his game on Friday night. Here's Schoolman.
Andrews had a shorthanded goal yesterday.
Thrown on net, that one goes through the crease of Hudson Chale. Yeah, Schoolman and the Hattie on Friday night. Alex Schoolman, including an empty netter.
They all count.
Yes, they do. Here's Wilson for the Blackbirds. He has the puck taken away by Lesmeister. And now Bender will gather it up in the center circle and throw it to the far boards. Racing after it will be Lasacco. Zoe Lasacco. And now the Jaguars pick it up along the near boards. Out to center, missing a connection with Lesmeister, but Schoolman there to pick up the loose change, but just in offsides was Lesmeister on that one, so we'll have another draw outside the zone.
And just a stride in ahead of the play, Gavin Lesmeister.
13-minute periods.
13-minute periods.
13-minute periods here in 10U. And we'll face off along the far boards this time. It will be George Durr, going up against Cale Nitchie.
Durr's been one of the best players in this tournament, regardless of age, so far through 2 games, Eric. I've been so incredibly impressed with the way he's able to stick handle and just the way he's able to skate with that puck on his stick. Literally looks like it's on a string. It's been impressive.
Very talented player. They'll redo the draw, another offside. So what do we have? 3 offsides so far in less than 2 minutes.
It's an early Sunday morning start.
Yes. Obviously, these kids haven't had their coffee yet.
No, I have.
Yes. Vukadinovic will dump it in, and it'll go over to the far corner where it's rung out to the neutral zone. And now Burleson. Burleson was another player who was very noticeable in Friday's game.
Yeah, big kid, number 16, and he definitely has
that
skill.
And that one's shot. And Miller has to hold on as that one from a tough angle put on net. Miller at least knocked it down and then was able to cover up for the faceoff. It'll be to his left.
Yeah, that shot right from the goal line as Miller came in and out of his glove but landed in the crease. He was able to cover up. No white jerseys waiting there.
Yeah, Burleson had a pair of goals on Friday. And again, that was a 5-2 victory for the Jaguars. Schoolman backhands it, but it's picked off the boards by Burleson. Now this could be a 2-on-1. Burleson stick handles, backhands, and then slides off his stick. I think a partial poke check there from Camden Miller allowed that one to go roll off of Burleson's stick.
Yeah, and enough defensively by the Jaguars there to force Burleson maybe a little bit wider than he wanted to be before he cut back towards the goal. So he had to make a sharp cut back to his forehand. And yeah, I think Miller may have gotten a stick on it, but it rolled off the end of Burleson's stick and it went wide. We've seen that, I don't know, a dozen times between Durr and Burleson in this 3-game series. Just that straight line speed has allowed a lot of really clean break-ins.
Yeah, you don't score 122 goals by accident during the regular season. They have some high-octane players to provide the offense, and that was another example of it with Burleson. And a blowout there for Vukadinovic.
He lost his glove and everything. I think that's called.
He seems to be a little shaken up. He's heading to the bench. And now we get a whistle.
Another offsides. I think he may have been a funny bone.
Yeah.
May have banged that elbow on the ice.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it's just a temporary outage for Walter. Gives me a chance to regroup and freshen up for his name again when he comes back out on the ice.
You got to say it in your head over and over and over again. Make it muscle memory.
Vukadinovic, right. Down low goes the puck. It's going to go over to the near corner where Lesmeister will track it down. Goes behind his own net, swings it over to the far corner, and then off the side of the net. We're going to get a keep in here from Lindemann. Oh, he fanned on it. And Cooper Andrews tries to muscle it outside the zone, but Lindemann throws it back in, but it's going to be offsides.
I think, the game's been pretty choppy here in the first 4 minutes. A lot of offsides, a lot of whistles, and I think in this type of game, to me, that feels like that benefits the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Just, this Blackbirds team is, they've got a lot of speed, a lot of skill offensively, and if you can't allow them to get set because of all the whistles, maybe you play a little bit more of a grindy type game.
Now Burleson dumps it in. The puck will roll over to the far corner. Lindemann down low. Actually, no, that's Labriola, Luca Labriola. And now far point, flip shot. Oh, deflected, and that goes wide. As we have a pileup in that near corner. And now the Jaguars look to clear. Burleson keeps it in, but he hits his own man, Wilson, with the shot. So a little friendly fire there, but Burleson with a heavy shot too. And unfortunately, Wilson was the recipient of that. Along the near boards they play. Burleson tries to dig it out, but the Jaguars get it out to center. Vallow will backtrack for the Blackbirds. As Lesmeister, without his twig there.
He was chasing Vallow down with no stick.
I appreciate he's still out there.
Yep.
Now here's Bender going wide. And a nice shot block there from Daniel Harris.
The Jaguars need to get this puck out and let him get to the bench.
What a great effort by Lesmeister, and then Harris with the support on the defensive end. He's going to go coast to coast with this. Still has the puck behind the net, and then eventually it's swept away by Vallow. No, that's Wilson, Joshua Wilson. And now Burleson will pick it up behind the net. Puck gets deflected back to the near corner where Daniel Harris will gather it up. And now George Durr. He goes down, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game. As Durr follows up with it, and then the Jaguars eventually touch, and they're going to get Mason Tepke for the trip, or the hook. Pick your poison.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to play defense with your stick like that, but when you got George Durr bearing down on you, sometimes you just do what you have to do to keep them from breaking in on your goalie. And we got a power play here for the Midwest Blackbirds, who have come out with, I don't know, a little bit more drive, a little bit more aggression than what we've seen over the first two games. You know, they haven't scored first in either of the two games of this series.
No. So it is tripping on Tepke. He was trying to plead his case with the official, but
it doesn't work.
As is usually the case, 100% of the time. They don't change the call.
The official's never going to go, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yes. And Joliet wins the draw and gets it out to center, so that's a good start for the PK for the Jaguars.
Jaguars had a shorthanded goal yesterday as well. Cooper Andrews with the shorties, so Blackbirds want to be cognizant of that.
Cale Nitschia dumped it down low, then Fox centers it, but it's going to go up to Lasaco. And now Burleson over center ice, over the blue line. Top of the near circle, he whistles that one wide of the right post. And Nishi will get it out to center. Backhanded to Burleson in the neutral zone. He's got Vukadinovic, who's back on the ice, good to see. He fires a shot and falls down again. Fanning on it behind the net is Luzzo, and then he'll throw it over to the near boards where Burleson peels it back. Oh, he whistles that one over the crossbar.
Headhunter there, Eric.
And again, he's got a heavy wrister for sure.
He's a big kid for 10U. Absolutely doesn't look the part.
Good skating, too. Here's Burleson, top of the far circle. Backhand shot, score! Logan Burleson. He gets the goal here, his 5th of the tournament. First goal of the first period. And the Blackbirds jump out in front 1-0.
Yeah, first time in this 3-game series that the Midwest Blackbirds have scored first. So we'll see how the Jaguars do playing from behind. They were trailing in yesterday's game, and they were able to get it even in the third period. So obviously plenty of time here, but playing from behind hasn't been something they've had to do very much of in this series.
Cooper Andrews gets in the zone, fires a shot, and that's blocker to side there from Hudson Chael. We haven't had to call his name much in this first period. Wraparound attempt, that's deflected away. Kept in by Daniel Harris. Harris trying to keep the puck inside the zone as Wilson loses his stick. Now backhanded to the crease, no one home. Luzzo's going to have to track it down on the far boards. He does. Now Alex Schoolman digs it out from the far boards. Nice centering attempt, but it goes awry, and then Wilson will throw it out to center.
That was a nice answer by the Jaguars. Good shift by the Joliet Jaguars here, Eric.
Joliet gets it back. Yeah, it's a good answer from what had happened. Luzzo throws it towards the net, but it's swept away by Lindemann. Now Joliet buzzing around inside the zone of the Blackbirds, but Harris kind of lost his wheels there, and that allows the Blackbirds to exit the zone. With some speed is Durr. Durr has the puck knocked off his stick, but he tracks it back, and he's still able to throw it towards the net, and it's swept out of there by Harris. Wow. Boy, you were not kidding about Durr, man. He was shot out of a cannon.
He's quick. Quick and shifty.
Durr keeps it in the zone, allowing a shot on net. That deflects up and hits the mask of Miller, and then it goes behind the net. Burleson keeps it in. Flip shot. That one pinballs around and goes over to the far corner where Wilson will track it down. Vallow back down to Wilson. Now flipped out to center where Burleson will track it down for the Blackbirds. They're up 1-0 on the strength of his first period goal.
We got a great crowd here today, Eric. I'm loving this for a 10U game on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Got the stands both to our left, to our right, and right in front of us are basically full.
Now Durr on the far boards. Oh, he sidesteps a defender and gets free. Durr splitting the scene down the middle. Now it's knocked off his stick. He'll have to go wide. He goes down. No call. And Durr is still down on the ice. He gets back up.
No,
and
we are gonna have
now we get a whistle.
pass.
Hand pass is
pass.
the call.
Yeah.
So now Vukadinovic trying to get his neck guard wrapped around. He's having all sorts of
issues. He's having equipment issues, yeah.
The faceoff will come outside the Jaguar zone along the far boards. It will be Kale Nishi on the draw for the Jaguars. Going up against Bender. And who's going to win possession? Joliet touches it and eventually gets out to the neutral zone. Nishi stick handling, loses possession. Joliet gets it back. Here's Fox. Fox tries an extra move, and then a sweep shot from Nishi goes wide of the left post.
Fox had a goal yesterday for the Jaguars as well.
Tepke with the keep-in attempt, but corner doing a good job of forcing the puck outside the zone. The Jaguars will dump it back in, and Lindemann will have to gather it up. Along the near boards we go, Lindemann. Lindemann has the puck poked off his stick there by Tepke. And we get a whistle, and we're going to get an interference call now.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to be shorthanded again.
And it looks like it's Nishi heading to the box. So Kale Nishi will go off for interference. He's got the palms up look, as you would imagine.
So Blackbirds already with one power play goal here in the first period, Eric. Get another opportunity in the first.
Yeah, if you're Joliet, you don't want to play with fire here. It's like once the floodgates open for the Blackbirds, that might be the last thing you want to do.
You need to keep this thing as low scoring as possible, as tight to the vest as you can. You don't want to fall behind big.
Burleson gets the shot after the draw. Lasacco with the stuff attempt. And they get the goal!
It's Durr.
George Durr with the scramble in front of the net. Miller's trying to claim he had the puck frozen, but that's not the case. And Durr gets the second goal, another power play goal for the Blackbirds, and they go up 2-0.
Yeah, there was, Eric, a mad scramble in front of the net, and Miller looked like for a second that he had possessed the puck, but out of that scramble, George Durr was able to lift it over the right shoulder of Camden Miller. And if you're the Jaguars, this is not what you wanted. You talked about playing with fire, Eric, here. 2 power play goals for the Midwest Blackbirds in the first period, and they've come out strong here so far this morning.
They really have. Now here's Durr again. And that first shot on net, that might have been from Potasic, Genevieve Potasic, not Lasacco. But either way, eventually it resulted in Durr buzzing around the net and stuffing it past Miller.
Yeah, if you're the Jaguars here, Eric, you need to, these next 2 minutes are important. You need a couple of good shifts. You need some momentum going into the second. Because right now, it's all on the side of the Blackbirds.
Yeah, what you don't want to do is give up a late goal here in the first period to go down 3.
Yep.
Burleson digs it off the near boards. Wrister, and a glove save made by Miller, and he holds on.
A good save there by Miller. That's a save he needed and made it confidently in goal.
Wholesale changes for both teams. It'll be Bender on the draw for the Blackbirds, and it'll be Rowan Meister for the Jaguars. Near boards play. Blackbirds will keep it in. Now they'll battle in the near corner. Bender. And he digs it out, but he's knocked down. Jaguars have a chance here. And they push it out to center. Here's Fox. Beckett Fox. He tries to go wide and then throws the puck on net. He gathers up the loose change, and then they stuff in the rebound.
Daniel Harris on the rebound. That looked like a nothing play there, Eric. as Beckett Fox's shot went wide, but he followed up. Daniel Harris out in front does what you like to call knocking home the loose change.
Yeah.
And that's a huge goal for the Jaguars here in the first.
Yeah, so again, you talked about getting momentum. That's the best kind of momentum you can get, is getting a goal to cut your deficit in half. So the Jaguars get the late goal, put a little pressure on the Blackbirds, and it's now 2-1 in favor of the Blackbirds. But yeah, you're right. Fox doing a good job of following up on his shot. He just kind of lofted it towards the net. There wasn't much on the initial shot, but his effort to go after the puck and then throw it towards the net, where Harris came in from his defensive post and
look out here.
Past. Now Durr carrying the mail up, shoots from the top of the far circle, but he sails that high. And he'll go to the near boards. Battle on the near boards, goes out to center. Jaguars look to break out with it, but doing a good job of gumming the works up there is Burleson. And now Schoolman. Schoolman still has possession. Schoolman. Far corner, he eventually has the puck taken away, but a good effort there by 97. Now Cooper Andrews flips it on net. Save made by Hudson Chale. Blackbirds can't get it out. Kept in. Lesmeister will try and dump it down low. Vukadinovic got in front of that one, and then the puck was brought in off sides by Joliet with 23.8 seconds to go in the opening period. It's a 2-1 lead, and this is the kind of game we would hope and expect for a Game 3 winner-take-all.
Yeah,
well, winner take what you need to get to the United Center.
And that was a fortunate offsides for the Jaguars. Blackbirds had a potential 3-on-1 going the other way.
Yeah, I see your guys out on the ice.
My guy?
Yeah.
Who's my guy?
Hasselbring.
Oh, yes. I got to give a shout out to number 49, Braden Hasselbring. He came up to us before the game, and I had a nice little chat with him, and wanted to make it known that we only called his name 3 times last game. So I want to make sure that we give young number 49 Braden a shout out. And you can see him over there, right there.
Yeah.
So Braden Hasselbring, good luck, young man. Hope you're having fun this week. I hope they're all having fun. And yeah, Eric, this has been a great first 13 minutes of hockey. Blackbirds jumped out to that big lead, but the Jaguars, as they've shown throughout this series, they've got some resiliency in that squad down to our left.
Yeah, it is definitely a resilient team. That is the best way to describe them. Hey, the Chicago Blackhawks are proud to sponsor the Northern Illinois Hockey League. Hawk fans, be sure to tune into these upcoming games. The Hawks will be back at the United Center tonight, actually, a 6 p.m. puck drop against the Maple Leafs.
Small TV.
Yeah.
Small TV, because we're going to be live at 6:25.
Big TV for us, small
Yes.
TV for the Blackhawks. They'll be on ESPN Plus and Hulu. And then on Tuesday, they're going to go out to Utah to face the Utah generic team, the Hockey Club.
Hockey Club.
8 p.m. puck drop. That game will be on Chicago Sports Network. And if you're watching from Utah, it's on Utah 16.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So don't miss the Chicago Blackhawks in action, Aaron.
I won't.
All right.
You know me.
Yes.
I never miss a Blackhawks
You're a
game.
diehard. All right, they've raised the volume on the music here,
It's a Rolling Stones, though. It's okay.
I guess.
You're not a Stones guy?
No, I like the Stones. I just don't like it during my broadcast. Fans and coaches alike are asking for a penalty,
Yeah,
and now
we're
they
gonna
get one.
Yeah. Third time's a charm.
Elbow.
There were 3 plays there in the first 14 seconds where the Blackbirds could have been called for a penalty. You had a trip, you had a check, and then finally what got Lindemann was the elbow.
Yeah, Lindemann didn't waste any time heading over to the penalty box.
Yeah, he got away with the check.
Yeah.
Lindemann got away with the body check, didn't get away with the elbow. So the Jaguars fell behind 2-0. It felt like all the momentum was on the side of the Midwest Blackbirds. Joliet gets a late first period goal and an early power play here in the second.
Schoolman to take the draw. Cooper Andrews is right behind him to his left.
Yeah, Andrews has got a really hard shot.
Yes. As does the man who had the puck there, Burleson. And now Potasic backhands it over to Burleson. Jaguars keep it in the zone. Power play time for the Jaguars, looking for the equalizer. Schoolman behind the net. And that'll come out along the far boards. Cross-ice pass misses connection with Durr. Durr will chase after it.
Burleson and Durr as the PK for this Blackbirds team is
that
scary.
Could be dangerous, yes. Cooper Andrews lets the puck roll up to Schoolman. Bender will try and track him down. Now Alex Schoolman throws it behind the net where Lesmeister's there. Lesmeister throws it up high to Daniel Harris. Harris had some problems with it initially, but dumped it down low. Getting there first was Vallow.
Camden Vallow, number 91 for the Blackbirds, has played some good defense in this series. He's been noticeable out there. Another big kid. This Blackbirds team is large.
Yeah, they have some size.
They've got some size. They have the speed, but they've definitely got some size out there for 10U as well.
So an icing against Vallow, and the Blackbirds will have a draw to the right of Hudson Chale. It'll be Meester on the draw going up against Bender.
Yeah, Rowan had 2 goals yesterday for the Jaguars.
Now telling Nitschke to back up.
Yeah, getting him out of the face-off circle.
A tumble, and then Nitschke came in from the top of the circle to try and get a shot off. It never got through. A good battle here, but no one's gaining possession.
No call. Oh,
yeah, no
we
call.
might have another penalty there.
Could have been. Now it hits the back of the net. Bender will go after it in that far corner, but battling there is Fox. And that puck gets past Harris and will roll all the way down. That now, I don't think icing. No, it will be icing.
Yeah, icing had the legs.
So 38 seconds remaining on the penalty.
A bit surprised we didn't see another trip there. I mean,
yeah.
Accidental or not, a trip's a trip.
Right. Can't be swallowing the whistle in this stage.
No.
Face off to the left of Hudson Chale now. Schoolman and Bender again. This time Cooper Andrews above the shoulder. And that one rolls off the stick and out to the neutral zone. Andrews waits to clear, and then he'll loft it in. Thought he was going for net, but went just wide.
He may have been. I mean, we saw actually last night, Eric, we saw a goal from the Joliet Jaguars in the 12U matchup from center ice.
Now here's Burleson with a head of steam, top of the far circle, shoots, and a save made by Miller. And then the subsequent pass from Burleson goes deep into the Blackbirds' territory, but that'll kill the remaining penalty time. And both teams back at full strength with 10:43 remaining in period 2. 2-1 lead for the Blackbirds.
It's a nice save by Miller on the break-in from Burleson. I feel like I've seen that 7 or 8 times in the last 24 hours.
Yes. Here's Tepke from the near circle, deflected down, and having to make a quick reaction was Hudson Chale as that puck was sailing maybe towards his crest, but then deflected down, and he had to pounce on that one.
Gavin Lesmeyer, right place, right time on that tip. That's a hard tip. That was about midsection on Lesmeister, and he tipped it right on net. Had he saved by Hudson Chale.
So we got Meester and Durr on the draw, and Joliet gets possession, thrown toward the net by Nitschke. It'll go to the far boards, kept in at the far point. Nice job there by Tepke. Now near boards play. That's carried out by Durr. Good stick handling. He'll go through the middle. Durr. He's being pulled from behind. No call there. It's like letting the offensive lineman have a free crack at the defensive line.
Yeah,
there.
That's right.
Vukadinovic gathers up the loose puck, and then it rolls off his stick, and it's going to be played by Logan Grigg. Oh.
We're going to get a penalty here on the Jaguars.
Tripping call, save made by Miller, and then they'll blow the whistle. So a trip on Joliet, going for the puck block, but nonetheless pulled down the feet of the Blackbird skater, and Nitschke will head to the box.
Again. Yeah, and Eric, 2 goals in this game for the Blackbirds, both on the power play.
So this will be their 3rd crack at it. Logan Burleson scored the first one, and the second one from George Durr. Burleson's out there to start. Durr is not, he's there. So both Burleson and Durr, I almost call them Durleson and Burr. 16 and 52 are both out on the ice.
Yes.
All right, draw taken by Harris and the Jaguars as he tries to shovel it past Bender, but no luck. And then thrown on net. Miller has had to stop it. Here's Burleson with the slapper. That one never gets through. It hit off Cooper Andrews. And now outside the zone they go. Here's Lesmeister. Lesmeister and Durr. And Durr's going to get the penalty.
Yep. Took down Lesmeister along the near wall, and that will do it for the power play.
So they only got 23 seconds of power play time before Durr takes down Lesmeister, and we'll have 4 skaters aside for the next minute 37, then a brief 23-second power play for the Jaguars if no other infractions are called at this juncture.
Good math there.
Yeah, you know. Luzzo and Bender on the draw.
Blackbirds only have 3 skaters, so we'll wait for number 4.
And that'd be Vukadinovic.
Of course it is, because it forces you to say the name again.
It does. But like you said, muscle memory.
Muscle memory.
Thrown to the crease and then batted away. Ooh, Harris fanned on it. I think he was able to keep it in, but now we could have a 2-on-1, and we will. Inside the zone they go. Kapovic fans on it. It was Kapovic and Vukadinovic. That would have been my nightmare for a breakaway. Now stick handling here from Andrews with the flip shot and a glove save made by Hudson Chale.
Yeah,
back-to-back action.
Threw a screen there, too.
Boy, for even strength 4-on-4, things have definitely loosened up for both teams. We got 52 seconds remaining.
A lot of open ice, Eric.
Yeah, you got Burleson out there. He'll track it down below his own goal line. 8:16 to go in period 2. The Blackbirds holding on to a 2-1 lead. They were up 2-0. Now takeaway Andrews, but he had the puck stripped away by Lindemann. Now Lindemann rushing up the ice. Lindemann, top of the far circle, tried to get it through, but that was blocked. Kept in by Wilson. He'll dump it down low. Harris will skate the other way, throw it to the far boards. Wilson intercepts. Harris gets it back. Harris in the far circle. He'll get around Wilson. Tries to push it up ice, and it's kept in by Burleson. And Burleson goes down, and we'll have another penalty. So we talked about not getting another infraction. Well, there it is.
Yep.
Oh, and now it's thrown outside the zone. The net's empty to our left as we have a delayed penalty call against the Jaguars. Let's see if Durr or Burleson can skate it up ice. Oh, and a nice job by Meester to pickpocket Burleson to at least. So we have even strength for the next 6 seconds. So 6 seconds of even strength hockey, and then we'll have a minute 54 of power play time for the Blackbirds as Daniel Harris goes to the box. Now we got shoving going on between Meester and Potasic.
No love lost between those two,
No, that dates back to yesterday. Or no reason. Now Potasic will take the circle.
Bender's getting tossed from the box. I think 4. Actually, they both got tossed from the box, so it ended up being Meister and Potasic on the draw.
All right. A flip shot from the far point. Oh, and Bender tried to tip it in. It went wide as Miller had to scramble and get back in the net. Vallow will keep it in temporarily. But then Logan Grigg gets it outside the zone. Good job by Grigg as it's a minute 38 on the power play for the Blackbirds.
And Durr's back out there now, so watch out if you're the Jaguars.
Tepke tried to flip that one inside the zone, but a good job by Vallow of gloving it down and preventing it from going deep inside Blackbird's territory. Now he'll throw it in from the near point. And now it's going to be tracked down by the Jaguars. Here's Fox at center ice. It's a 2-on-2. He doesn't know he has Tepke to his right. He throws it towards the net as Hudson Chale was able to stop that.
Hook maybe, no call.
Now stick handling there, knocked away from Tepke. And it goes inside the zone where Logan Grigg will have to track it down again for the Jaguars.
The officials, Eric, I mean, they're doing a good job, but they are letting some stuff go here in this game 3, which is fine. I mean, it's game 3. I mean, that's what happens in playoff hockey, but yeah, definitely letting some stuff go.
Fox to Lesmeister, tries to shoot it. Burleson gets in the way of that one. Lesmeister tries to get it back. And then now Vallow will pick it up behind his own net, flip it over to the far boards. That's going to be kept in, however. Good keeping attempt there by Mason Tepke. Now the Blackbirds with 19 seconds on their power play. A good job on this penalty kill by Joliet, as most of the action's been to our left, Aaron.
Yeah, it's been a good PK. It's something they've needed after giving up a couple of power play goals in that first period.
And we're already down to 5:18 remaining in the second. Now Burleson between the circles, stick handling, tries the backhander, save made, rebound shot went off the mask of Miller, and then out to center. Penalty is over, both teams back at full strength. Cross ice pass trying to get it over to Durr, and there was a collision there between Durr and Nishi. They both check out okay. Now the Blackbirds cross ice pass to Burleson along the near boards. He'll backhand it into the zone, but Durr was in ahead of the play. And that'll be an offsides against the Blackbirds with 4:48 remaining. 2-1 lead for the Blackbirds, but man, this has been up and down this second period.
This has been a great series, Eric.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the standings coming into this NIHL Blackhawks tournament here at Glacier Ice Arena, and you never really know what to expect because we don't see all of these teams multiple times during the year. So all we have to go on are the names we know, the standings, goals for, goals against. But this has been a really, really fun 3-game series between these two teams.
This game 3 is definitely living up to it. Cooper Andrews will pick up the loose puck, flip it out to center. And that's going to be brought well off sides. Kapovich did a nice job of getting the errant pass, but he had all white jerseys in front of him. The only problem was they were in ahead of the play.
Yeah.
So face-off outside the Jaguar zone along the far boards in front of the Blackbirds bench.
Sometimes that speed is a good thing. Sometimes it's a curse. Sometimes you get to the puck really quickly and you can't maybe not stop yourself and you head over the line.
Nitschke wins the draw and he'll go after it along the far boards. Nitschke will just pass it into that far corner. He'll look to play it there. Tried to backhand it towards the net, but that was picked off by the Blackbirds. Luzzle will throw it down low. Meester to chase. And play continues along those near boards. Now flip shot.
Puck to the crease.
Nitschke goes down. He gets a rough ride there. Backhand attempt to keep it inside the zone by Harris. The third attempt is denied. And now here comes Durr tracking in the play, but Luzzle has possession for Joliet. We're down to 3:46 here in period 2. Up to Fox at center ice, poked away by Durr. Harris had it for a moment. Durr picks it up again. Fox, Durr knocks Fox off.
Should be a hit on Durr, yeah, 100%. That's going to be a hit on Durr.
Oh, and then a follow-up by Nitschke.
I don't know if Nitschke's going to go. I don't think he will.
We'll see.
They're getting him to the bench really quickly. They're getting him hidden amongst his teammates. But George Durr back to the penalty box for a second time today. And if you're the Blackbirds, that's the last person you want in the penalty box is really your star forward. One of our PSL All-Stars we called here a few weeks back.
So Durr, again, as Aaron mentioned, his second penalty, a power play, a late power play for the Jaguars, who had a tremendous penalty kill just now. As they throw that one on net, it's deflected high but wide. Lesmeister trying to track that one down. Logan Grigg with the keep-in. Now Schoolman. Schoolman backhands it, but getting in front of that one is Vallow. Vallow's very solid defensively. And that one just squirted over the blue line as unable to keep that one in was Grigg on that attempt. So we'll have a neutral zone draw on the near boards with 3:10 to go in period 2, 1:39 on the Joliet power play, a 2-1 lead for the Blackbirds. Here in this deciding game 3 to see who will face the Huskies in the NIHL Premier Select 10U Championship at the United Center on Sunday, March 9th. It's like the Super Bowl. You have to wait, Aaron.
You got to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Got to wait 2 weeks.
You know, because they have to do all those media events.
Oh, yeah, they got to meet with all the local media.
Yeah. And just off sides where the Jaguars, palms up coming from Alex Schoolman, he does not agree with the call.
It wasn't Schoolman, it was Lesmeister. Gavin Lesmeister was in ahead of the play. And
well, no, but Schoolman
just didn't agree.
Yeah.
Well, he's
allowed to disagree.
He's allowed to disagree. It's not going to change anything. But
right.
Gavin Lesmeister it was just a hair ahead of the play, and that's tough because Cooper Andrews has probably the best shot on this Joliet team, and he had some space.
Here's Schoolman, cross-ice pass over to Tepke. Tepke with the little flipper. Oh, and knocked down by Hudson Chael. Rebound laid there, but no black jerseys in the vicinity. And now the keep-in attempt by Andrews. That one goes wide. And skating after it will be Potasic. Check, that's Lindemann. There's Potasic. Now Burleson. Taken away by Schoolman. Cooper Andrews had it for a moment and lost it. 40 seconds on the power play. Here's Potasic. Potasic for the Blackbirds has the puck roll off her stick.
Yeah.
They wanted a penalty, none forthcoming.
Yeah, they're getting one.
Oh, they are getting it. I don't see the arm up.
Yeah, the official down to our right. Yeah, there's going to be I don't know if it's going to be a hook or a slash, but Genevieve Potasic coming down that near side, Eric, and just a little bit of too much aggressive stick work from behind by, I think it's Logan Grigg in the box. It'll be a trip is what they're going to get him for.
So a trip on Grigg. That'll nullify the remaining 32 seconds on the George Durr power penalty. So more 4-on-4 action, which with Durr coming out of the box, this is danger time for Joliet. You don't want to fall down 2 goals again. Not like they can't come back. They've proven they're a worthy adversary here of the Blackbirds. Lindemann with the keeper at the near point. And now play in the near corner. 16 seconds on the Durr penalty. And out to center we go. Meester will dump it in and chase. Fox with support. Fox coming in on Kapovich, and then Meester. Good job here by Joliet as they scurried down to that back line to provide the support. Penalty is over. Now we have a minute 22 of power play time for the Blackbirds. It's a 3-second difference on the game clock. More palms up from the officials in the stands, but none forthcoming.
Yeah, Durr got taken down in the corner by Luzzo, and no call there.
Now Fox, shorthanded, 1-on-2. He'll flip it on net. Oh, and that one almost went in.
In and out of the glove of Hudson Chael.
And we got a penalty now on the Blackbirds.
Yep.
As Durr touches the puck, and we're going to get a cross-check call.
Physicality, Eric.
Yeah.
It's not allowed in 10U. Well, physicality is allowed. Checking is not.
So Lindemann will go to the box. There's 53 seconds remaining in period 2. 50 seconds on the penalty to Logan Grigg, and then Lindemann in the box. So the rest of the period, for the most part, will be 4-on-4 hockey with about 3.5 seconds of power play time for Joliet.
Which team is going to take advantage of the miscues, right? One team makes a mistake and then the other, and so far no one's been able to take advantage of it here in the second.
Definitely not. Now here is Andrews spinning around in the near corner. That'll get out the center, and racing after it, Tepke, throw it off the near boards, finds Schoolman. Schoolman up ice. And he's ridden into the boards by Vukadinovich, and then dumped into Joliet territory, but that'll be an icing call against the Blackbirds. So we'll have an offensive zone draw for Joliet with 25 seconds remaining on the penalty to Grigg. So again, still 4-on-4 at this moment. And draw one by Joliet. Schoolman gets it.
Nice
Stick
dangle.
handles. Throws it on net. Save made. Hudson Chael saw that one. And then thrown over to the far boards. Vukadinovich tried to get it outside the zone, but Cooper Andrews with the nice keep. He gets around Burleson. Flips it on net. Blocker save made Chael. And now Schoolman had it for a moment. Lesmeister battling over in that near corner. 4 seconds, 3 seconds out to the neutral zone. And that'll do it for period number 2. We'll head to period 3. 2-1, which is where we left it in that first period, Aaron. No scoring in the second period.
Yeah, it was it's been a fun game. I mean, a lot of opportunities in that second period, and goalies doing what the goalies do, keeping this game right where it was after one.
Chicago Blackhawks want to let you know that registration is now open for the Chicago Blackhawks 2025 Youth Summer Camps. Camps are being held for boys and girls ages 6 through 13 on June 9th through 13th and July 28th through August 1st at the Blackhawks practice facility, Fifth Third Arena in Chicago. Also at Fifth Third, we're proud to present our all-girls camp, Big Strides, designed for ages 12 through 18 the week of June 23rd through 27th. All camps are full day. Players will participate in 2 on-ice practices and 2 hours of off-ice activities. Full equipment and basic comprehension of skating is required. For more information and to register, please visit NHL.com/Blackhawks/amateur/hockey-camps. And Aaron.
Yes, Eric.
NIHL has its best flow winners.
Yes, it does.
Each season, this is a fun celebration of the best hockey hair in the league. There's also always great enthusiasm for this annual event among the players and the fans who vote for their favorite flow. And the players who represented their team and won the contest this year were in the Squirt division, Chicago Hawks A5. Pee Wee division, Chicago Hawks A3. A lot of good salad in that Hawks program.
Yeah, something in the water in Darien, Eric.
Yes. Bantam, Chicago Blues A2. And then in college junior prep, Rockford Roadrunners 18U. They all won prizes for their team and for themselves. Prizes this season were sponsored by Jerry's Hockey, the Northern Illinois Hockey League, Chicoche University, and Culver's. Thank you, players and team managers, for another excellent year of NIHL's Best Flow. All right. So let's do this hockey one more time, Aaron.
Yeah, 13 minutes.
Or possibly more.
Joliet's going to start on a power play for 1 minute and 6 seconds. Big kill out of the chute here for the Blackbirds.
And in the circle, it's Durr going against. Oh, Andrews picks up the puck off the faceoff, but is fanned on his shot attempt as getting in front of that one was Kapovich. Now the puck is loose in front of the cage. Andrews fires. Oh, and that one
stayed out.
Wow, I don't know how, but it did.
I think Hudson Chale got his right pad on it, Eric.
Lesmeister tried to center to Andrews, but that was intercepted by Kapovich. Now Lesmeister behind the net tries the stuff attempt on the near post, and that's denied. Kapovich gets in front of that one again. Now Durr and Andrews battling. Andrews comes up. There's a good body match between Durr and Cooper Andrews in terms of size and strength. Now Kapovich has the puck roll off his stick. Lesmeister. Now Schoolman spins. Oh, he is slippery along those boards.
He really is. Not big, but very, very slippery.
Now Alex Schoolman will throw it over to the near corner. Have Luzzo at the near point. Behind the net they go. Lesmeister.
Power plays up.
Schoolman, both teams at full strength. Good job pinning it up against the board by Batasic, and that allows the Blackbirds to break out as that puck goes wide of Bender. No icing, they're gonna say it's deflected, and a shot off the boards by Bender goes wide.
Yeah, Bender, I think, assumed that was gonna be an icing, and he sort of let up a little bit.
Now here's Durr. Durr tried to get around a defender.
Another penalty.
Sticking with them was Schoolman, but as you mentioned, another penalty.
And it was caused by the speed, once again, of George Durr. Had the puck right at the blue line, skated it wide, and I think we're going to get a hook here on Alex Schoolman.
Schoolman and the referee talking. You know, I love the size difference as Schoolman's talking to the official, and the official's just like, anywho.
Another power play here. One team has been shorthanded for about the last, what?
It feels like
10 minutes of gameplay.
Even more so. It's been. It's definitely allowed the pace of the game to pick up as that second period blew by.
Yeah.
No scoring.
And no even strength goals in this game scored by the Midwest Blackbirds, yet they lead 2-1.
Yeah. Vallow in his own zone. Power play time for the Blackbirds, holding on to a 2-1 lead. Again, the only goals scored in that first period, a scoreless second. And that could have been a trip, and they called it.
Oh, it'll be a 5-on-3 now, Eric.
Nitschy's going to get whistled for the trip. Here's Bender. Bender has the puck taken away. And now they blow the whistle, so this is our first 5-on-3, as you mentioned, Aaron. They had been letting some things slide, but that time they said Nitschy goes to the box, and now
Nitschy's in the box for, I think, the 3rd time today.
and now that some reason they took off the other power play, so they got to put that time back on.
Well, they have 3:30 up there now,
Yeah,
assigned to Alex Schoolman. It should be 1:30 on Schoolman
And
then 2 on Nitschy. Yeah, there we go. Well, they still don't have it right, but it's right enough.
Right.
I think everybody knows what the situation
it's right-ish.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right adjacent, Eric.
Okay. Yeah, I got a itchy trigger finger over there. It wipes out.
Just assuming there's going to be another 2-minute penalty here
Yeah.
somewhere. Can you blame him? I mean, there have been penalties up on that board for most of the second period and all of the third period.
Blackbirds win the draw. Here's Burleson, top of the near circle. Quick save and holding on for the faceoff is Camden Miller.
Yeah, easy save there for Miller. No screen, nothing between him and the shooter, Logan Burleson, so he's able to track the puck the whole way.
Couple good players in the box for Joliet. Alex Schoolman.
There's a shorthanded
And
10U
Nitschy.
team already, so even more so with 2 skaters in the box.
Here's Durr, nice spin off the near boards. Gets it over to Burleson, and he slapper goes high over the crossbar.
Yeah, that was set up nicely by the Blackbirds.
Durr gets free, rolls it, tap in, score! Durr fed it to the side of the net, and that was an easy tapper. Is that Bender?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he refuses to show his jersey to me, but I'm going with Bender on that one. Yes. Bender with the goal on the nice feed from Durr, who came off the side, had a lot of room, and just slid it over to Bender, who tucked it in on the power play. And they still have power play time, I believe.
Yeah, they've got the scoreboard wrong.
Yeah.
Schoolman should be the one out of the box. Nitschy should still be in the penalty box, but yeah, they still have a power play here for another minute 5 seconds now with a 2-goal lead.
So it's 3-1 for the Blackbirds as they can now taste it. They're getting closer to the United Center in a matchup with the Huskies for the Premier Select 10U Championship. Joliet has to respond. First, they have to kill the remaining time on the power play, which is anyone's guess what that is. Oh, 48 seconds I'll go with.
Yes, it's whatever the time says minus 2 minutes.
All right. Puck goes behind the net, over to the far boards. Durr will get there first. He'll chip it down. And then Burleson and Durr. Burleson digs it out, backhands it on net, save made Miller. Durr will get it at the far boards. Durr.
He's got Bender right on the back doorstep if he can feed it to him.
We've seen that before just about a minute ago.
That's right.
Now dumped inside the Blackbird zone. 10 seconds on the power play for the Blackbirds. Oh, Joliet trying to get the loose puck, killing some time here. And then
Griggs still in the box. I wonder if his penalty was 4 minutes.
That would be something. What, it was 3.5 when it was put up there.
Yeah, something's not right. Joliet should have 5 skaters on the ice right now.
I don't know if that's right. And then the Joliet coaches aren't protesting, though, so you would think they'd be on top of it. So it does appear that he was given extended minutes.
Yeah, it looks like Schoolman may have been given 4 minutes rather than 2. Because so it was Nitschy in the box before.
Right.
I'm trying to see who's still in the box now. If Nitschy's out and that's still Schoolman in the box, then yeah, Schoolman got 4 minutes for his infraction. We're going to have a timeout called here, Eric.
And I think it wasn't the original penalty was on Schoolman.
It was a
correct?
2-minute penalty on Schoolman, and then Nitschy went after that. And
then they added time to Schoolman's penalty.
Right, so I wonder if they had it wrong initially.
Yeah,
if
that
they
could
had
be.
it ruled as a 2-minute and it should have been 4, so they made the correction at the next whistle. But
Right.
I'm trying to see if I see NIHL or Schoolman down on the bench. It's not a very big bench right now for Joliet.
Well, Schoolman, my guess is he's in the penalty box.
That's, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's Schoolman. If it's not Schoolman, then something is terribly wrong with the situation. But
something's terribly, terribly wrong.
So if you're Joliet, I mean, you still got plenty of time, 9 minutes left. You're going to kill off the next minute 37 of this power play. And then you got to start taking some chances here, Eric. Start pinching a little bit more. When you get the puck into the offensive end, start pinching at those points, trying to keep the puck in.
Yeah.
Try to find some open space.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot more Daniel Harris pinching in, perhaps
maybe.
Some Cooper Andrews doing some of that.
So Blackbirds, they get a lot of what they get done with their speed, like we've talked about throughout this entire weekend. The Jaguars, it's a lot more dump and chase, get the puck to the net, rebounds, things like that. So, I mean, they got to figure out a way to get the puck towards the net to Hudson Chail and create some rebounds and some havoc in front of him.
So it'll be Durr against Tepke in the circle. Still power play time for the Blackbirds. Durr wins the draw over to Kapovich. Kapovich with the flip. That'll go behind the net. And getting there first is Joliet. They'll throw it off the far boards out to center. Cross-ice pass to Kapovich. Kapovich stick handles around Andrews. Then he has the puck knocked away. Durr will take up possession. Then over to Potasic between the circles. Backhanded, try to get it over to Burleson. He overskated. Durr with the nice keep temporarily, but Joliet brings it out. 1:08 on the power play for the Blackbirds. Tepke tried to throw it to the crease, but too strong. Durr digs it out. It's a 2-on-1. This is not what you want. Burleson and Durr with and a nice job by Fox, I think that was.
Yeah, sliding, breaking up the behind-the-back pass.
And then Andrews picks up the loose change. He throws it on net, stick to side by Chail. Cooper Andrews circling around between the circles. His shot was blocked. He'll have to chase after it. Shorthanded opportunity here for Joliet as Cooper Andrews doing a whale of a job.
Yeah, he had a shorty yesterday as well, so comfortable out there being shorthanded. We're going to have a penalty called on the Jaguars again.
Unbelievable.
As Kapovich was taken down in the corner. I think it's going to be Andrews on the trip. So another penalty called here on the Joliet Jaguars in this deciding Game 3. They have been shorthanded for about 10 minutes now, Eric. It's hard to come back when you're constantly a man down.
Yeah, you're chasing two against a high-powered offense. You're giving them multiple chances. Granted, you've had some nice penalty killing going on, but sooner or later the dam's going to burst there, and it did on that last goal by Billy Bender. Burleson between the circles, flip shot score. That'll do it. It'd be tough for Joliet to come from 3 goals down now. Right off the draw, Burleson with the wrister buries it in the left corner.
Yeah, clean face-off win right onto the stick of one of your best players, Burleson. Roof job, 4-1.
And this score may be getting out of hand from Joliet, but this was a 2-1 game for a majority of the game, Aaron. Face off. Now Burleson. There's still penalty time on the board here, so still power play time for the Blackbirds. Backhanded on net, and that one goes wide. Now to Burleson, top of the near circle. Fires, going for that same corner. This time getting a paddle on it was Camden Miller. Out to center. Vallow intercepts, and he does a nice job of throwing it long ways across the ice. So team was not offsides. Behind the net. Centering attempt. Trying to get that one tucked in over to Hasselbring.
It's going to be Bender, Eric, right on that far post, was able to jam it home. And you're right, the final score of this game is going to look lopsided, but this Joliet Jaguars team has played really, really well in this 3-game set, but just too much speed, too much offense from this Midwest Blackbirds squad. And it looks like we're going to have a 1 versus 3 at the United Center on the 9th.
So it's 5-1. I think I have my math right, not the scoreboard.
Yeah, it is 5-1.
They updated it there. Hey, the penalty box is clear. Oh, and a shot on net. Doesn't see it.
Oh.
That was an opportunity for Joliet to whack away. Dire times here for the Jaguars. They throw that one on net.
And that's in.
And it's
that's
in. We get a goal. It's Daniel Harris.
Yeah, bad angle shot by Daniel Harris. And Joliet's not ready to go home just yet. Still got a long way to go, Eric. They're down 3, but they needed that one desperately.
So Harris with his second goal of the game pulls Joliet within 3. It's 5-2.
And it's loud here.
It really is. As you mentioned early on, Aaron, this has just been a great atmosphere here for this 10U game. Behind the net, Harris. On the near boards, keep in by Burleson. There's that man, 16. Backhand, that one deflected, but sails over the net.
You talk about the atmosphere, Eric. I think I enjoy the atmosphere of a 10U championship game more than anything else, to be honest with you.
Durr, stick handles around. I don't think Blackbird fans are calling for penalty. I don't think they're going to get extra whistles at this juncture. We'll see. Like you said, a penalty is a penalty, but
it's got to be pretty.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty obvious at this point, I think.
Yeah, blatant. That puck is clear. This will be icing unless it goes on to Chael, and it goes just wide. So icing against the Jaguars with 5:41 to go here in the third period. 5 minutes and 41 seconds away from the Midwest Blackbirds heading to the championship game against the Huskies Sunday, March 9th at the United Center. 10U Premier Select.
That'll be the first game of the day, right? That'll probably be about a 9:30 start, somewhere in there?
That sounds about right.
Maybe an early start. I know we'll be there about 7:30 that day.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long day. It'll be a fun day, but it's going to be a long day at the UC.
Behind the net, they go over to the far corner. Trying to get the puck outside the zone, the Jaguars. Kapovich is there, but then taken away. Here's Schoolman. Schoolman, possible 1-on-2 with Lesmeister. Schoolman stick handle, shovels it on net. Save made, and the whistle sounds.
A nice job by Hudson Chael keeping that stick right on the ice. He knew Schoolman wasn't probably going to be able to elevate that backhand, so keeps the stick on the ice, holds that far post, keeps the puck out of the net.
Face off to the right of Hudson Chael. And heading off the ice is Cooper Andrews in favor of Fox. Beckett Fox. Looks like he has a little hitch in his giddy up there when he came off the bench. Hopefully he's okay.
The official telling Schoolman he can't change.
Yeah.
Schoolman's trying to go to the bench. The official says, get back here.
Of course, at the end of this NIHL Premier Select tournament, we're going to hear about all those injuries all the teams had.
Oh, yeah,
Aaron.
lower body injuries,
Yeah.
man. He was playing with 7 broken ribs.
Right.
And had to have his left leg amputated. And yeah, I mean, hockey players are tough, man. I don't care what age level,
10U.
what skill level you're playing at. If you're a hockey player, you are tough.
That's right. So offsides against the Jaguars. And we'll have a face-off outside the Blackbird zone along the far boards as Cooper Andrews and Durr go at it in the circle. Blackbirds win the draw. Durr takes possession. 1-on-2. George Durr. Stick handles between 2 defenders. Down and out as he stick handles Camden Miller out of the zone and puts it past him. George Durr with another goal.
Yeah, that's sort of the exclamation point there, Eric, and it's appropriate that it was George Durr. He's had himself a series here, Eric, and PSL All-Stars, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, one of the best players in this 10U age group here with the Northern Illinois Hockey League, and he's been fantastic this weekend.
That was an even strength goal, so.
Are we allowed to do that?
I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Meester and Potasic.
Still going at it, those two. No love lost.
We're going to have to check out that handshake line to see if there's any shenanigans going on.
Shenanigans. We don't love shenanigans.
I did have an incident in, I think it was the 14U game yesterday, Aaron, that escalated to a fracas from a kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle to an all-out fracas, huh?
Yeah.
You got to be careful with those.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. As that puck goes wide, Fox will gather it up in the near corner. Over to Meester, throws it on net, and Chael does enough to throw it over to the far boards. Keep in there.
And today, Eric, just too many mistakes from the Joliet Jaguars. It's unfortunate given how well they played in the first 2 games of this series, but just too many mistakes today. They gave this Midwest Blackbird team too many power plays, too many 5-on-3s, and the Blackbirds made them pay here this morning.
Play along the near boards. Potasic battling in there, and knocking down Grigg. Now Burleson and Meester. Meester picks up the loose change along the near boards. Burleson with the one stick, wards off Meester.
Yeah, just that length of Burleson made that impossible for Meester.
Tepke tries to keep in, but Durr denied. Durr inside the zone and offsides, as just in ahead of the play was Potasic. You also had Joshua Corner. I think it was Potasic in ahead of the play on that opportunity. So we'll bring it outside the zone. We'll kind of do how we started that first period with multiple offsides. I'd rather not relive that sequence.
No, let's play some clean hockey here over the final 3 minutes.
And skating after it, Lindemann. Lindemann behind the net. Joliet not giving up. They are pressuring as Luzzo flips it on net, but Kapovic steps in front of that one. Might be trailing by 4, but you're going to give it your all until the horn sounds. That's what Joliet's doing here. Cooper Andrews.
Nice move.
Yeah, that was a beauty. But Kapovic did a good job of denying the shot. Wraparound attempt there from Lesmeister, or Schoolman denied. And then Andrews fires it into the net. Cooper Andrews with the goal.
That was a really good shift by Cooper Andrews, Eric, when he took that puck at the blue line, lost it, puck out in front, found his stick again, and not too celebratory after the goal. They still got a long way to go, but as you said, Eric, they're not giving up here, down 3 with 2.5 left. And they found something here. It's amazing what happens when you can stay out of the penalty box,
yes.
Right? I mean, they've really played the Blackbirds even when they haven't been shorthanded. They've just been shorthanded so much here in Game 3.
Yeah, it's a shame that that's how Game 3 went down, but that's how these games go sometimes. Schoolman unable to stay on his feet, but carrying forward was Lesmeister, rolled off his stick. Cooper Andrews battles. Now Schoolman fans on it and then slides it over to Andrews, but Bender got in front of it. Now behind the net. Battling there, I think that's Corner. Yeah. No, that's our guy. That's Braden Hasselbring.
It's our guy, Braden.
Yeah. Burleson skates out, cross-ice pass. Oh, just goes past Bender. He'll slap it from the far boards, deflected behind the net. Minute 49 to go. It's a 6-3 lead, and a glove save made by Camden Miller. 6 goals in this third period, Aaron, after only 3 goals in the first, no scoring in the second, a 6-goal outburst, 4 for the Blackbirds and 2 for the Jaguars. What a 3-goal lead for Midwest Blackbirds.
It's 6-3 on 4. We have the score wrong on our score bug. And yeah, it's 5 of those 6 goals, Eric, by the Blackbirds have been on the power play.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I gave a bonus goal there to Blackbird.
Gave him the extra point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's again, I mean, all in all, this has been a pretty evenly matched game, even though it's 6-3 at this point. Just far too many power play opportunities for the Midwest Blackbirds.
Inside the zone is Tepke. Durr digs it out.
No goalie.
Yeah, no goalie for Joliet. Durr has an empty net. He's going to throw it in the net. See, I was foretelling the 7th goal for
is that what you were doing?
Blackbird. Yeah, you didn't believe me on that, Aaron, but I knew Durr was going to get an empty netter. Right at minute 17.
He's had himself a series, Eric. That's got to be his fifth goal, fifth goal of the series?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals.
6 goals.
Yeah. The 7th goal in this third period. An empty netter. And that'll put Miller back in the net. But you're Joliet. That's what you have to do. You're trying to get what you can, and empty net was the only way you could play that.
The officials are talking to Durr about something. I don't know if he said something, but the officials are talking to him, and now his coaches are just pulling him off the ice.
The referee's not going to allow him to come off the ice? No, that can't be. Just let him come off the ice and
just let him play.
Let's finish this game out.
Finish the
come
game,
on.
Yeah. All right, so Durr has to come. He's spinning in circles. He doesn't know what to do.
It's ridiculous.
All right, well, we're ready to go.
I think the officials talking over the coach there, but yeah, Durr did something. We didn't see what it was, and then the coach was trying to just get him off the ice so nothing would escalate. And the referee said, no, he's going to go on the ice and take rest from me. But anyway, we play on, minute to play. Dumped into the Blackbird zone. Kapovich backhands it over, trying to get it into the vicinity of Lasako. And then it comes between the crease, and it's swept away by Lindemann.
Almost swept into his own net.
Now Potasic flips it over to the far boards. Lasako kept in by Luzzo. Kapovich once more, backhanded, trying to get it to Lasako. Deflected through and over to the near corner. 24 seconds remaining. Out to the neutral zone, Fox. Fox had the puck taken away by Potasic, but Meester gathers it back. And now Potasic has it. Potasic will skate in. Potasic is free. Trying to get a late goal here. Shoots and sticked aside by Camden Miller, and that should do it. Puck goes into the near corner, and the horn will sound. And the Midwest Blackbirds, after dropping the opening game by the score of 5-2 to Joliet and trailing in game 2, Aaron, with a convincing victory here in the third and deciding game over Joliet by the final score of 7-3, and they'll face the Huskies in the Premier Select 10U Squirt Championship March 9th at the United Center.
Yeah, like I said, Eric, just too many mistakes defensively by the Joliet Jaguars. Too many stick mistakes made by Joliet led to too many power plays for this Blackbirds team, and this is a dangerous offense, and today they made the Jaguars pay. But again, I want to give kudos to this 4th seed Joliet Jaguars team. They came in with a sub-500 record in the regular season, Eric, and they battled the Blackbirds right to the very end.
Joliet coach trying to have some words with the Blackbirds coach. Let's not go there.
Yeah, let's not do that.
This is 10U. Let's not have this degrade into something it shouldn't be.
Let's focus on what's going on right now. These Blackbirds getting an opportunity to celebrate. Good for them. And they will take on the 3 seed Romeoville Huskies on the 9th at the United Center.
Good job by both teams, exactly as you mentioned, Aaron. Joliet just came up short, too many mistakes.
Yep.
But a high-powered Blackbird offense found their wheels midway through the second game, and they haven't looked back. So they'll face the Huskies again in the championship March 9th at the United Center. 1 versus 3 matchup. Our next matchup here on the NIHL Game of the Week, NIHL Blackhawks Tournament Special, will be at 1 o'clock. It's a Premier Select 12U game, the Pee-wees, as Rockford takes on the Jaguars. After that, 4:50 p.m., a little bit of a wait, we'll have Peoria taking on the Ice Dogs in a 12U matchup. And then we have a Bantam matchup at 6:25 as the Ice Dogs will take on North Shore Hockey Club. So those are our 3 remaining games in this quadruple header here in the NIHL Blackhawks Tournament Premier Select playoff version. For my partner, Aaron Schellen, this is Eric Willowite saying so long for now, and we'll see you around 1 o'clock for Rockford versus Jaguars, Premier Select 12U matchup. So long, everybody.